It seems like Kate Middleton is the only royal family member these days who carries the legacy of Princess Diana even the slightest. Of course, it would be bold to compare the two, as it's almost impossible for anyone to reach the popularity that Princess Diana reached, and get beloved as much as she was. Still, over the past couple of weeks, I think it became clear that Kate is also very much beloved by the masses, perhaps more than anyone was initially assuming. I feel like there are a lot of reasons to be sympathetic towards Kate, from her kindness to her elegance. But personally, I believe one of the biggest reasons why many people find her sympathetic is the fact that she's very much attractive, in almost every sense. What exactly makes her so attractive, though? Well, here's the answer. First of all, as I debunked in my last video, one of the most fundamental aspects of perceived facial attractiveness is symmetry. And guess what? The Princess of Wales has a pretty symmetrical face, which is often subconsciously associated with good health and genetic quality. In fact, there's almost a golden ratio on her face, as everything seems so orderly. Not striking, perhaps, but harmonious for sure. Also, the princess is known for her clear, radiant skin, which is a universally appealing trait when it comes to beauty and attractiveness. In 2001, Fink et al. Demonstrated that skin clarity and color distribution significantly affect attractiveness ratings, with clear and evenly toned skin being preferred. According to this study, clear skin is often seen as an indicator of health and fertility, and thus Kate's consistent skin tone and texture contribute significantly to her perceived beauty. Can you remember a single time that you noticed a blemish on her? Granted, she's wearing makeup constantly, but still her makeup is flawless at all times, contributing to her image as a perfect woman with perfect skin. Of course, she's very much privileged to have her makeup done. Lots of people are at her service to make sure she looks perfect. And it works! Still, her face has some natural qualities that cannot be denied. For instance, can we give a shout out to her high cheekbones and defined jawline? A study by Parrott et al. Shows that high cheekbones, combined with a thin jawline, contribute significantly to the perception of attractiveness, possibly due to their association with higher estrogen levels and youthfulness. Now, when we look at Kate's face, we don't see anything out of proportion. So she doesn't have outrageous cheekbones or an incredibly sharp jawline, but her features are well defined in proportion to the face she has. And I think this is where the real beauty comes in. Someone might have the most defined cheekbones ever, but these single features don't necessarily make them attractive. Even though the research on these facial features loves to highlight certain features, they often fail to express that all these features should form a harmony on your face. So, for instance, if someone has a big face and still insists on getting a rhinoplasty and having the tiniest nose ever, then there's a high chance that that nose will not suit their face. And that's exactly where Kate shines. Her face fits into society's beauty standards, but not in a way that any of her features would compete with one another. The same thing goes for her lips as well. We all know that fuller lips can signal youth and vitality, as they tend to decrease in volume with age. According to today's standards, Kate's lips might be seen as quite thin. After all, she doesn't have fillers or anything like that. But in reality, when you take a look at her face, her lips are in perfect shape for her face. In fact, it can even be claimed that she has very defined lips in proportion to her face shape. Again, with her eyes, we can come up with a similar argument. When taken individually, Kate's eyes might seem okay in size, nothing huge or small, but when those eyes are placed onto her face, they're actually relatively large and expressive, traits that are associated with attractiveness. A study by Cunningham et al. In 1995 found that larger eyes are consistently rated as more attractive, particularly in women, because they're perceived as youthful and innocent. On top of these, the expressiveness of her eyes makes her seem more open and welcoming, in my opinion, which makes her even more attractive. Now, it's essential to recognize that attractiveness encompasses more than just physical appearance. In Kate Middleton's case, her attractiveness is a composite of her looks, style, behavior, and the roles she embodies as a public figure, wife, and mother. So, for instance, I believe it would be odd to break down her face, but not mention the importance of her smile and facial expressions in relation to her perceived attractiveness. Kate's warm and genuine smile, along with her positive facial expressions, makes her appear more approachable and likable. Since smiling is often associated with positive outcomes, seeing her sincere smile in almost every event makes her much more attractive in people's eyes. Besides, Kate embodies a natural elegance and poise that enhances her attractiveness. Her public demeanor, often characterized by grace and composure, aligns with traditional standards of beauty and elegance. Part of this comes from the fact that she's in the royal family, and we associate royals with being elegant. But let's be honest, most of Kate's elegance is beyond being a royal. I bet she would look as elegant as today, even if she was one of us, struggling through her 9-to-5 job. Also, she has an amazing fashion sense, which also plays a significant role in her appeal. Kate is known for her ability to mix high-end designer wear with accessible fashion, which is something we rarely see even among influencers and celebrities, let alone the royals. These choices make her more relevant, relatable, and modern in people's eyes, again, making her more attractive. If I would continue with every single aspect that makes Kate Middleton attractive, this video would last for hours. So for today, let's stop here. But before going, let me know what you think of Kate Middleton. Do you find her attractive? Do you think she has an appeal similar to Princess Diana? Can't wait to hear your thoughts. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one.